Okay, I found one more thing. We got an emissions hose down here that we're going to need to take off. This goes to the charcoal canister. Let's see if I can get up in there. Make that clamp. There we go. And get it out of my way. I'll go ahead and pull it off the hard line that's mounted on the firewall. Oh. Okay, I'm going to label this and let's see. And we also have this vent for the oil filler neck. This thing was getting soaked with oil. I'm gonna have to figure out some sort of catch can setup for this thing the next time around. This just got soaked right away. It's blowing oil everywhere, and the car was smoking like crazy after our first run and the demo run. It all burned off, but it kind of scared the hell out of me. But anyway, yeah, I'll have to figure out a catch can setup. The factory actually has this can that goes around the oil filler neck on the factory IMSA Daytona Racer. I got a chance to look at that at the 7 stock 18. But yeah, good luck finding that. I may have to fabricate something. We'll see. Okay, time to start working on getting the exhaust unhooked. So you're gonna need a 14-inch deep socket wrench and a 14-inch wrench for the other side. Doesn't have to be deep socket, and just work it off. Make sure you have adequate clearance under the car when you're doing this, because it really sucks doing this when you're constrained and you can't really get under there and move around. So I'm gonna just leave that there for now. I'll pop that out with a hammer. Going to the top. Yeah, that's loose. So use a wrench as well on this side. But sockets work fine. Okay. Okay, come on now. There we go, 2. That one comes out nicely. This one's in there good, but it'll come out with little persuasion. Now this one's a little trickier. Okay. I think I'm working on it with a little rust here. It is coming out. I think that's gonna be fine. There we go, it's kind of loose. Alright. Okay. And the back one over here. Okay, so the camera cut off on me while I was taking the header off, but I managed to get the header off pretty quickly and stored over there for now. So I'm going to take a quick break and put together a little package I got from Harbor Freight today. It's an engine hoist, and yeah, Black Friday came early, and got this for 99 bucks, regular 179, so awesome. So I'm going to put this together, and when I'm done with it, we're going to get ready to pull the engine. I think I'm going to pull the engine, just the engine out alone, rather than take the whole thing out with the tranny. I know I keep waffling back and forth, but and because of that, I'm a little paranoid about the clutch fan smashing into the radiator. So I'm going to go ahead and just take this radiator out. It's mostly undone anyway. Should only be 4 bolts holding it on. I'm going to do that right now. Okay, that's the first 2 set of bolts, first set of 2, and now these. Probably unhook the level sensor and the there's the other temp sensor down here. Just unplug that. There. So once I get this last bolt off, I can just lift this out. Oh, there's one more thing that comes out. Of course, there is one more thing. I should have unhooked this hose, but no matter. I just undo the top of my overflow, and I'm good to go. And here we go. Off it goes. Way. Let's set this back here. There. So now, got plenty of room to move this thing around. I don't think I'm going to bother removing this. It should be fine. Let's go ahead and start undoing some bolts. And don't forget to bag up your bolts and mark them. And put them with the parts that they came with, so you aren't scrambling around trying to find them later. Okay, so next is it's time to start to undo the bolts on the transmission. So we got a bolt right here, and then we got another one underneath down here, and got another one on the other side. We got this one right here, which I've pretty much undone, and I've replaced with a short bolt so I could attach this engine hoist tang so I can pull this engine out. And another one or 2 on the other side on the bottom. I'm going to move the camera down there once I get to those. And before you take the engine off of the transmission, before I do that, I am going to put a jack up underneath the transmission and put it right down there, so that it keeps the transmission at the right angle after I pull this out. Hopefully that'll make it easier to put the engine back in, get it lined up and such. So we'll see how that goes. I already loosened this up a little bit. bag these later. Do the one on the bottom after I do this one over here. Let's see, that one's been done, so we got one right there. Let's see how easy this will be to get to. I'm gonna have to flip that this way. Now the oil filter is gonna be in the way, but careful, I can break it loose. There we go. Carefully, so you don't dent the oil filter. All right, this one's coming off. Sweet. Okay, there we go. So that one. That one, there should be some on the bottom to do. So now I'm gonna get in there with the wrench. I've got this lower bolt to do. And let's see how that works. This goes up. There we go. Hand spin it off my hand, and okay, and then we got one more on the other side. All right. Oil from the oil cooler lines. That's annoying. Okay. I can barely get in there. Hopefully I can just go. Yeah, that wasn't all that tight anyway, so we're going to loosen this. Okay, I've got my wrench on here. Let's get it up there. I've already broken this loose, so we're just gonna go ahead and crank it off. All right, feels like that's loose now. Not easy to get off. Get your hand up in there with this block in the way. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and keep going on this. Okay, I think it's loose enough for me to spin it off with my hand. A little tight quarters here, but no, so we're just gonna keep going. This is it. All right, now maybe I can take it off with my hand. Yes, and off it comes. Come on now. Good. All right. Almost. Almost. It's the long bolt. And we're off. Okay, so next is going to be this other one, which is reached on the other side. So let's go over there next. All right, here's the other bolt I need to get to. So I think socket would be the best option for this. So we go ahead and put 15 millimeter. Okay. Right there. All right, there we go. Okay. Let's try this again. Where is it? There it is. Okay. And this bolt is a long, very long bolt that has to go through the transmission case to the starter. And it takes a while to undo. I'm going to try getting to this from the top. This is going to be an eternity of lying on my back in an awkward position otherwise. And this is the bolt that took me about 10 minutes to get at. I ended up having to use a long extension to my my socket wrench and getting at it from the top. But here it is. Now we can move on. Okay, got a couple more to do. So we got all the transmission bolts done. So just the two engine mount bolts. I'm just gonna do this one and the one on the other side, and I'm gonna lift the engine out. Hopefully it just comes out and forward off of the engine mounts, these hockey puck things, and hopefully I can get this thing up high enough that it'll clear the engine. Otherwise I may have to drop the car a little bit in order to get the clearance I need. And then to put it back in, I think I'm going to have to undo these 4 bolts to get the front engine mount off to in order to get the thing slid back in onto this transmission. And then I'm going to have to like do this sort of thing, balancing thing to get it in and over that and lined up. Should be pretty tricky. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get this. Should watch your hand on that. That'll hurt if you hit it. Okay, that comes off. All right. And looks like we got some washers and such, so we're going to go and take those off. All right. And pick that up before I lose it. Lock washer. Put these in a bag. Now let's go ahead and do the other side. Okay. All right. And put these in a baggie too. All right. All right, label that and put it away. Okay, so this is the part where I pull the engine. Now, normally I would have somebody with me to do it, and I was gonna have somebody help me, but I got a little impatient and decided I'm just gonna do it myself tonight. Impatience is probably not a good thing in this case, but you know what? I have a good feeling about this. So, wish me luck. Here we go. Okay, let's do this. off the engine mounts. So, let's see about take that. Okay. Et voila, the engine is out. Of course, the camera's battery died in the middle of me cranking that thing out, but it came out with absolutely no trouble once that extra bolt was removed. So my next step is to put it on the engine stand and start stripping it down.